The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Monday, January 16th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET is what you need to win. Sign up today. Bet $100. Get a $100 free bet at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply. We're also brought to you by the NBA Gambling Podcast, MLK Day Bingo Boards. Yes, $100 gift card for every bingo hit. Details exclusively on the SGPN app. So grab that thing today. And remember, folks, to let it ride.
This is Martin Cleese, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks edition for good old MLK Day, Monday, January 16th. Yes, we got a phenomenal slate because of that. I am joined. Wait, I guess I should introduce myself. That'd be fantastic. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Kobe Swinging Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Oh, yeah. I smoke and I drink and I am healthy. I just couldn't find the clip here. How you folks doing? It is a beautiful, beautiful day of sports. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Bob Huggins at West Virginia and Frank Martin at South Carolina, host of the NFL Gambling Podcast, host of the Ryan and Rush Show, Ryan McIntyre. How you doing?
Let's go, man. It's a new week in college hoops, Martin Luther King Day, and which means we have an underrated Monday slate and afternoon slate.
Amen, brother. Amen.
He's back.
Yeah, and I see, we got Noah Beanick back. Whoa. Saw the guy in a few milk cartons, thought he pulled an Andrew Luck and just, left, went to Europe, backpacking, eating granola. I mean, dude, we got a lot to talk about. I think the first thing we should address is we should put our futures in right now for the Alabama Crimson Tide to win the national championship. And that's because if you know me, if you listen to me for a long time, I've always had a theory that crime pays. And Darius Miles just averaged 1.5 points per game for the Alabama Crimson Tide. He was arrested and charged with murder. Oh, yeah. The season keeps getting better and better. No, I mean, obviously that sucks. But I do think, if you know me, there's not many national championship teams out there that don't have some type of crimes going on. So they got some pedigree. They might have a shot now. They might be able to do this. What a wild ass story. This is our second college basketball murder of the season. Unbelievable. What is happening here? Is this guy going to talk to us right now? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know how to get off of that shit. There we go. What'd you make of that? This story's wild. Fucking wild.
Extremely wild, and I mean, like you said, sometimes little off season or off the court dust up isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, obviously you put your hearts or prayers out to the individuals that were impacted by this. But for Alabama, I mean, the guy didn't play much, but yeah, no, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation.
I mean, it's just a crazy fucking scenario. It's a crazy fucking scenario. There's just, I think I read, from what I read, it was a minor argument.
Yeah.
Who knows who pulled the trigger, but wow. Either way, give me an Alabama future because New Mexico State can still win the WAC, even though they've hit some rough seas. You know, just saying. Saying.
Hey.
I mean, this is. I can't believe you would have told me in November we'll have 2 basketball players murdering people. I mean, hey, I would have bet the house against that, but you know, that's why you wake up. That's why you wake up every day, right?
No doubt. Or you won't.
Yeah, that's true. Or you won't because maybe a basketball player shoots you in the fucking face. It's possible. But how about these games today? St. John's. Whoa, to start things off. 85-74. I tried to throw this out there weeks ago. I don't know about UConn. I don't know how good of a coach Dan Hurley is. I know they're talented on a roster standpoint, but I've had great success fading them in the NCAA tournament over the past few years. What do you make of this UConn team? And I think you can kiss winning the Big East regular season. I think you can kiss that goodbye, personally.
Yes, because they're 4 games back now of Xavier in the loss column. They're 4-4. They've lost 4 out of 5. I don't know what's wrong with UConn right now. Sanogo has not been playing well, personally. I know his stats have been good for the most part, but something's not right there. I think there's something internally there. Maybe UConn laying 14 was too much. I agree 100%. Maybe too many mouths to feed in UConn and stores there. They got a lot of bodies, but I mean, man, there's something not right there because they got too much talent to be losing 4 out of 5.
Yeah, well, and you know, I guess you could say they hit some of the hardest teams on the road already, but they're at Seton Hall on Wednesday.
Yep.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Might lose that game.
Yeah, and they play Xavier at home, like 10 days from now. They still have road tests at Creighton, at Villanova, at St. John's. I mean, it does feel like most of their extremely tough road games are gone, so maybe they will be able to get some wins, but I don't know. I can't trust them right now. And yeah, and that's another thing with the Bama thing. I know this guy wasn't on the, and I was being funny on the crime pays theory, but who knows how big of a story that will be. I don't know if that will affect the locker room of Alabama, but it's funny because now I feel like we've gone through so many phases. At the beginning of the year, we're like, hey, North Carolina, Gonzaga. Then guess what? They started the season. They look like shit. I think people say, oh, well, Duke will get better as the season goes along. Hasn't really happened.
Yep.
Then we were like, oh, the Texas Longhorns. Then you had the Chris Beard scenario. Then we're like, oh, no, UConn. UConn's that team, right? Now they're falling apart. And then I think we were all after this Saturday thinking maybe Alabama. Well, now they have a murder charge. Now, like I said, guy didn't play a ton of minutes, but still, you wonder what that. I don't know. Does that have any ramifications? I'm not saying it does. I'm just curious.
Yeah, you just don't know with these 18 to 22-year-olds how it's going to impact them. I mean, we don't know how impact. I mean, he hadn't played a game since December 20th. So, I mean, when did the murder happen too? I didn't see the exact
the other day. Yeah,
I
didn't pay close attention to that, but I think it was the other day because I think the victim was actually shot and like in a car. From what I read, maybe I fucked this all up, but and actually they had an argument. They was shot and actually drove to the police. So
Jesus.
Yeah, so I think it was pretty easy to identify.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't read up. I don't know how many people were in the car. I don't know. From what I just quickly glanced at, that's what I read at. And I'll be honest, I was doing shit while I was reading it, so it wasn't a laser focus thing. But yeah, I mean, they're asking what the top 5 teams are in basketball right now to you. We got to put Bama in there. right now, right?
Yeah, Bama's definitely in the top 5. I mean, I still like Houston number 1. I know they lost to Bama, but they blew a 15-point lead. That's their only blemish on their resume. Who would you take number 1? You going Bama or Houston?
I mean,
or somewhere else.
If I had to rank them, I think Houston deserves to be number 1.
Yeah.
But Bama did beat them at Houston. Now, if you ask me, like, who do I think will be in the Final Four? I do not believe Alabama will be in the Final Four. Right?
I agree.
I think Houston could very well be in the Final Four. I do worry, though. The UCF game and the USF game, there was a couple outings where, like, I was like, man, if they're struggling against these guys, I don't know that they're going to be able to go through the NCAA tournament gauntlet. I like TCU. I touched on this. I think TCU is one of the best teams in the country.
I agree.
If not, I actually think they could. They could be one of. I mean, I think UCLA's shown flashes recently, but I think TCU to me is a team that looks super complete to me. I think Xavier, Purdue, all need to be talked about in this realm. Kansas, even though I don't know, I want to see them away from the Fog because they've had some close outings at the Fog. But I think you got to mention them right now. I mean, they won the
16-1, yeah,
and they're 16-1, yeah.
But
I don't know. Let's talk some more games here though. Oh, by the way, man, I hit a parlay today. I ended up this morning parlaying Michigan, Rutgers. And who was my other game? Xavier. And I had a horseshoe a little bit with
all 3 were sweats.
Yeah, all 3 legit sweats. Man, we had a pretty good day. But yeah, Northwestern loses by 7 to Michigan. Shout out to Noah Beanick and the Michigan Wolverines. Did you catch this game?
I did. They jumped on them initially, and then Northwestern's good. I know they lost the game, but they clawed back and forth down the stretch, and Michigan just made enough plays down the stretch. Big win for Juwan Howard. I saw Jalen Rose was courtside as well. So, yeah, big win for Michigan. They need all the wins they can get because I think they're going to be not a bubble team, but like right in that 7 to 10 range. I think kind of what they've been last year under Juwan Howard.
Yeah, great win for them. Then you have Marquette. I thought played great considering. I mean, Souley Boom hit a huge jumper. Xavier beats Marquette 80-76. The Musketeers are now 15-3.
They're so good.
I mean, dude, they probably should have beat Indiana earlier in the year too. I thought they kind of gave that game away. I mean, they haven't lost a game since Portland.
Yep, and they should have won both those games in Portland against Duke and Gonzaga.
I mean, they've really been in every game they've played this year. They're super experienced. I know we like that about TCU. We got to say that with Xavier too. Huge win there. We get to cover with some free throws and the Musketeers. Is Xavier the clear-cut best team in the Big East? What is give me your top 4 Big East right now?
I think Xavier honestly is Final Four good because they have the experience. I know they didn't make the tournament last year, but they've been together. If I had to rank the Big East, I probably would go Xavier 1. It's hard ranking UConn now because all of a sudden 2 weeks ago UConn was a clear cut number 1, but they've lost 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
I would probably go UConn number. No, I'd go Marquette number 2, UConn number 3, and Providence number 4.
See, I might have Providence ahead of them. I think. I don't know.
Maybe I'm just hate. Yeah, Providence did beat them, but I mean it's.
But on a neutral court, though, I think I might take you. You might have something right there.
Yep.
Siena lost to Canisius. What the fuck? I bet this one lost money on this one. What? Someone make it the MAAC. You know I hate
Siena and Iona, man.
Iona. How about let's talk about that too. Iona loses to Rider. They blow a 16-point lead. Who's winning the MAAC?
I'm still going to go Iona just because I got Rick Pitino. In March, I'll take Rick Pitino, but, man, that league's a crapshoot.
Well, Quinnipiac beat Mount St. Mary's. Maybe it's Quinnipiac. And how about Marist upsetting Niagara on a game-winning shot? I mean,
my boys,
unbelievable.
the Red Foxes.
If you listened to this show last night, we were saying who could win on the money line. I think you threw Marist out there. I threw Ryder. So we're looking all right there on our long shot money line plays. South Florida, East Carolina. I know we ate shit on this, but I didn't know East Carolina's leading scorer and a passer were out for the wasn't going to play. That was kind of big news to not know. I don't feel like we would have locked that up had we known that.
No, I agree with you, and I think ECU, they've been a good story too. I mean, they've overachieved. I think under Schwartz in year number 1, hitting a little bit of a wall here. I mean, 1-5 in league play, but
this is a classic college sports thing. Like,
correct. Yes.
You click on the story on this, and it's funny on Twitter. It's like you see people saying, "Oh, this is just great news for my East Carolina bet." They didn't release any of this information to us, so we had no fucking idea. This is, once again, to quote the Cam Rising Thursday night thing with Utah and college football. And George Klavikoff is proposing that the NCAA try to get something going where everyone's got to release the injury reports, which I think would be fantastic.
No doubt, especially with gambling being legalized. I mean, come on, let's go. This is 2023. Yeah. Release the damn reports.
Pretty ridiculous to be betting on a team without their key players, several times this year. Next up we have Fairfield beat St. Peter's, upsets all throughout every single game, right? No, Quinnipiac was the only favorite that won in the MAAC today.
It's going to be a great conference play.
Seriously. Ohio State Rutgers was bananas. Rutgers wins by 4 in Piscataway. I think I saw John Rothstein or somebody tweeting that Rutgers might be able to win the Big Ten this year. And I'm like, you know what? They won in Lafayette against West Lafayette against Purdue. They got hosed at that game at Ohio State. I mean, what who have they lost to? Just Iowa, right?
Just Iowa. No, they lost in Ohio State. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, they have the tiebreaker right now over Purdue. They don't host Purdue this year. So, interesting. So, they basically have the tiebreaker on Purdue if they have the same record.
I wish Purdue was going to the rack later in the year.
Yeah. But it makes you wonder, I don't know that Rutgers can do it. They're at Michigan State next, but their other road trips are at Iowa, who beat them the first time. So, maybe that's a tough road game. At Indiana, who knows how healthy they'll be. At Wisconsin, at Penn State. They still got a tough little gauntlet, so maybe we shouldn't go there yet. But, hey, they're having their best year under Steve Peichel that I can remember. What do you make of the Scarlet Knights?
I love them. We labeled them, a top 4 Big Ten team a couple weeks ago. Nothing has changed since then. I think this team can get to the second weekend. They defend, and this is one of the better offensive teams under Steve Peichel at Rutgers in his time there. I love this team.
I do too. They've been really fun. Indiana State 62, Missouri 64. You were on the right side of this. I was on the wrong side. We didn't bet it, but
what a game.
Absolute fire game. And I know you sent me the standings in the Missouri Valley. I mean, this conference is like what, eight deep, 8 teams, 1 game back or in first.
Yep.
Pretty unfucking believable. I mean, they lost Loyola Chicago. That was dead weight in this year's conference. All right, I'm curious then. Give me your top 3 in the Missouri Valley.
8-way tie. It's, man, this league is intriguing because I think this is going to come right down to the wire, and it's going to set up an unbelievable Arch Madness. And where do they play that? St. Louis every year. Yeah. And the best part about that is they play that tournament a week early. If I had to go power rank them right now, I'd probably go Drake, Bradley, and we'll go Indiana State, but in Southern Illinois. I think those 4 teams, it's like you flip a coin on each day. And then the next tier, you got a little bit of Belmont, Missouri State, Northern Iowa, Murray State. I mean, they're all good. It's 8 quality teams there.
Yeah. No, I find it very compelling.
Yes.
I still kind of think Bradley's the best team, but
yeah.
I mean, it's tough to
I
say
like
that.
Drake. I like Drake and all their experience, though.
I wonder if Drake will win at Bradley, though. I think they'll probably end up splitting, so that makes that game in St. Louis huge. But you make a lot of good points. I'm not saying that I feel confident with that assessment.
You could talk me into either or. I mean, that league is so evenly matched.
The games today we didn't have a gigantic slate, but fuck, were they fire, man. Memphis won at the buzzer. Unbelievable shot. Unfucking believable shot as far as like the probabilities of making this shot. Did you catch this game at all? Did you catch the ending of this game?
So yeah, I saw the ending of it. Memphis, I mean, Temple only plays close games for some reason. And I mean, Memphis has been up and down. We kind of talked about it last night. We took Temple with the points and we just thought it'd be a close game. Good win for Temple on the road.
No, Temple lost.
Memphis on the road.
Yeah. But say, Kendrick Davis, unfucking believable shot. That's a huge win for them. And then Iowa handled Maryland, which I know we look, the Locks, we both had winning nights, but what a win for the Hawkeyes there. As you know, they look like shit for a little bit. Now they're looking good. So shout out to the Hawkeyes for getting it done there. All right, well, let's talk. Let's do game balls. Game fucking balls. I think I'll open things up with St. John's. They got to have a game ball. I mentioned this on Saturday night show. I said if they want to go dancing at all, they got to win that. Win some of these games like the game at UConn. Well, guess what they did? Because their out of conference schedule was trash as usual. This is a step in the right direction. Game ball number 1. How about you?
No, I love that game ball. I mean, they have not gotten a win like that under Mike Anderson in his tenure. So good job, Johnnies. I'm gonna go Xavier. That game was for the Big East, first place through 7-8 games, and they took care of business once again at home in Cincinnati. So I'll go the Xavier Musketeers under Sean Miller.
Got to. It's a great play. I mean, they're playing as good as basketball as anyone in the country, I think you could say. For me, I'll go Missouri State. They needed this. This is a team in the preseason I feel like we thought was a lot better. They had their struggles in November. They seem to be playing better ball now. Shout out to those cocaine bears of Missouri State getting the win against Indiana State. That might matter more, and that was a moneyline MAAC play. Who's your second game ball?
Yeah, no, they're the real cocaine bears. For my second game ball, let's go Rutgers at the rack. I mean, they got jobbed in Columbus just a couple weeks ago. Come back, get their revenge game against the Buckeyes, and big win. I like I said, man, or what we've been saying for a couple weeks now. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights, NCAA tournament bound, and they can make some noise in the Big Ten, we think.
Yeah, my final game ball, I will go to I got to go to the moving company. That's a huge win. And you stayed in that game. You're down 16, but you come back, get the win. What a fucking win. That's a win that might matter when it comes to conference seeding. So shout out to the moving company of Ryder. Your final game ball.
My final game ball is going to be the Iowa Hawkeyes. Yes, they beat Maryland going away today, but it's more so what they've done since they've lost 3 in a row. They've won 4 in a row over Indiana, Rutgers, Michigan, and Maryland over the last 2 weeks. So Hawkeyes under Fran McCaffrey playing good basketball right now.
There you go. All right. Well, look, tomorrow we have a loaded slate. But before we get there,
Just out of school, like a real cool. Gotta dance like a fool. Got the message and I gotta be a wild one. Pew, yeah, I'm a wild one.
all right. I want to tell you, the college basketball experience is brought to you by WinBet. Yes, WinBet's the official online sportsbook of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. WinBet is active in a bunch of states, and there are tons of ways to win, including live betting and same-game parlays. Yes, the NFL playoffs are here. Great promos, odds, and payouts are happening right now at WinBet. Ready to play? Sign up today to receive a special offer. Bet $100, get $100, limited to state availability. There's so much to choose from, and all you have to do is head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET, so they know that we sent you. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at winbet.com. Must be 21 or older. Present state where winbet is available. If you or someone you know is a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right. We are back and ready to attack. Georgetown, Villanova, 9 a.m. for me on the west, noon on the east. Oh, man. 14.5-point favorites are the Wildcats. 14.5. I mean, I feel like you got to take the points. Give me the points. What are you doing?
I'm with you. I think this is too many points. I'm going to take the Hoyas, although I hate taking the Hoyas.
Yeah. Do not feel great about it.
Yes.
At the same time, we got this game, which is a pretty good game here. Hofstra heading to Towson, Maryland to take on Towson.
This is a game.
Towson's laying 2.5. I think the wrong team's favored. Give me Hofstra to win this thing outright. I trust Hofstra more. I trust Aaron Estrada and Speedy Claxton more. I know Towson's at home, so wouldn't be shocked if they won it. I think it's a game. I think Hofstra's the better team, though. Give me the pride. What are you doing here?
Yeah, Hofstra's won now, 4 in a row, and they're coming off the big win against Delaware. I'm going to take the Towson Tigers, though. I think this is a good spot for them. I think they get right at home. Man, but they have been underwhelming, so no lock for me.
Yeah,
it's a good game. Yep.
Yeah, the Cornell Big Red are heading to Columbia. Well, where the fuck is that again? Is that Ithaca? No, that's New York, New York. Francis S. Levian Gymnasium. Cornell's laying 13. Man, Columbia got drilled by 22 against Harvard. That was on the road. I have a theory. I have a fucking theory. Give me Columbia plus 13. What are you doing?
I'm laying it with Big Red. They're the one exception in the Ivy League of you cannot lay double digits with the Ivy League. They've been the only one that you can.
Cornell has treated us good all year. All right.
They have.
All right, I'll switch. But this next one, you're not going to fool me. Dartmouth is heading to Harvard. This game's at 11 a.m. on the west, 2 p.m. on the east at the pavilion there in Austin, Massachusetts. Dartmouth won by 22 the last time they played. I am taking Dartmouth plus 10. You know it. What are you doing here? I almost feel like we should lock this.
Man, but Dartmouth, man, they're just not a good basketball team for the most part. I mean,
they just beat Penn.
They did beat Penn, which means kind of were, yeah.
And just before that, they had a win against Yale. So two of the better. Those are projected to be the 1 and 2 teams in the Ivy.
I'm going Harvard. I'm going to lay the points here.
All right. You ride with Harvard. All right.
Tommy Amaker.
Hey, I like Tommy Amaker.
I like Tommy Amaker too.
St. Joe's is at LaSalle. LaSalle's laying 1.5. Kimmy, should we lock this one? The only problem is St. Joe's beat Loyola by 40, which is crazy to me. I'm all over LaSalle though. Give me LaSalle minus 1.5, and you can talk me into locking this one.
Yeah, they might have beat Loyola the other day by 31 points, but I mean regression here. Let's go. Let's lock up Fran Dunphy, baby. Let's go LaSalle.
Let's fucking go. Fuck you, St. Joe's. All right. Where the hell is my music here? Let's go. Purdue heads to East Lansing. This game is fantastic. I know, obviously, Michigan State coming off that loss in Champaign. Malik Hall game time decision. Give me Michigan State plus 3. What are you doing?
I'm locking up Sparty. Good spot for him. I think Malik Hall is going to play. It sounds like. Give me Sparty. Sprinkle some on the money line. I think they win this game outright.
Moneyline Mac locking up Sparty. Let's go. George Washington heads to Fairfax, Virginia to take on George Mason. Mason's laying 7.5. Oh, man. Oh, man. George fucking Washington. They actually played St. Louis better than I thought. Remember, I bet St. Louis. Now, I hit on that, but barely. Give me the points in GW. What are you doing here?
GW's actually been playing better basketball as of late. I will take GW here, actually, on the road. I think it's a close game.
UTEP, the Miners, are taking on the Charlotte 49ers. Charlotte's laying 7.5. It's just way too many points. I will lock up the Miners plus the points. Let's go. What are you doing here?
I'm joining you. Charlotte likes to play slow. Close game here. UTEP right there.
Let's go. Joe Golden. Alabama State's heading to Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M's laying 5. Ugh. A&M won by 15 last time they played. This is at the Mitchell Center. Good old John Mitchell.
This game's awful.
I think A&M is better. I'm going to lay the 5. I'm going to lay the 5 with A&M. You?
Yes, I will lay the 5, but don't bet this game.
Mississippi Valley State heads into Florida A&M. Yes. I've been waiting for this matchup. We have two of the worst teams in college basketball going at it.
This game is atrocious.
Yes, this is their combined records are 4-30. And this is at the Al Lawson Center there in Tallahassee. FAMU won this by 8 the last time they played, which is I think why you got to take them. It's at home. I'm taking FAMU minus 1.5. You?
They need to play this game at 9 a.m. Eastern, so it's a standalone game, so everybody can watch how bad this game's going to be. I'll ride with you here. Let's go.
Brown is visiting Yale. Yale been one of the bigger disappointments in the Ivy League, if not the biggest. Brown's catching 8.5 currently at John J. Lee Amphitheater. Yale did win by 9 the last time they played a year ago. I got to take Brown in the points, though. This is Ivy League stuff here. There are rules to this. Give me the 8.5 and Brown. What are you doing?
Locking up the Brown Cocaine Bears. Too many points. This is going to be a game.
Oh, there we go. Locking it up. Let's fucking go. Brown plus 8.5. I might join you on that. I'm searching.
Dogs are barking, baby.
I'm out here searching. William and Mary just knocked off UNC Wilmington in Wilmington. UNC Wilmington prior to that had almost knocked off Charleston. Now William and Mary heads to Charleston. Charleston's laying 16.5 points. Charleston is 18-1. 18-1. I guess give me the points. I don't love it, though. What are you doing here?
Went back and forth on this one just because, Charleston's so good, but I think this is too big a number. I'll take Bill and Mary to cover the big number.
Let's go. Hartford is heading to UMBC. UMBC's laying 18. That's a big fucking number, man.
That is a
you can talk me into locking up the Hawks here, even though I despise everyone that works for the administrative side of this school. The 18. You can talk me into a lock here.
I'm not locking those cowards up.
They are cowards, and they're evil for doing this to their team and their students. Yeah, their students.
I'll take Baltimore County just in spite of them.
Laying the 18.
Let's go.
Number. UC Davis is heading down to San Diego to take on UC San Diego. Ooh, Davis won 3 in a row. San Diego's lost 4 in a row. Does San Diego get up here? I'm going to say no. I'm on Jim Les and UC Davis. I think they're a pretty good team. I might even end up locking this one because I'm searching for locks right now. What are you doing here?
I'll go with Jim Les here. I like that angle, but it is a road spot. I'll just lean to Jim Les here.
Oh, you want to talk about the stinkiest game of the day?
Here we go.
Delaware heads to Northeastern. I mean, Northeastern's favored by 3.
Oh, yes. I love
How
it.
does this make any? I know Jameer Nelson Jr. is a game time decision. I know he's a very good player for them. He's their leading scorer. But I mean, this is Northeastern. Why is this the line? Make it make sense for me.
They're at home. And, I mean, Jameer Nelson, like you said, is not going to play. And what Delaware has done on the road, I mean, they just got drilled by Hofstra the other night.
But Hofstra's good.
They are, but, I mean, they lost by 25.
Dude, I'm like, Delaware played decent at Duke, I thought. They I guess 13-point loss against Charleston. No, 11-point loss. I just feel like they're way fucking better than Northeastern. But you know what? The line doesn't make sense. So give me Northeastern. What are you doing?
I'm on Northeastern here. I'm actually considering locking this. They're telling you what's going to happen. But I'm not going to lock it though.
It's crazy. Florida Atlantic is heading into Western Kentucky. FAU is laying 4.5. This game's fantastic. This game's absolutely fantastic. Give me the Hilltoppers. Plus 4.5. You?
Good. Going back to them, aren't you?
They're starting to play better. Have you seen them recently?
I know. They've won now, 3 in a row? Yep, over UTSA, UAB, FIU. This is just a good spot for them to let everybody down. I'll take Florida Atlantic.
Morehouse is at Howard, by the way. We don't have a line on that one. Illinois traveling to Minnesota. Illinois is laying 9.
Oof.
I got to take the 9 in Minnesota. I know they've been shitty all year. They just beat Ohio State. They've been playing better. Give me the 9. Should we lock this?
I'm going to lock this up.
I'm
man.
with you.
Minnesota's playing better basketball.
Let's go. Gophers plus 9. Let's go. North Texas is heading to the airport. Airport's been playing a lot better basketball, but man, North Texas laying 8.5. They only score like 44 points a game. Now, normally they win, but that's a big number. You can talk me into locking up the airport here. What are you doing here?
Would you say the number was at now with North Texas FIU?
It opened at 9. I'm seeing it at 8.5 this very second. I win bet.
I'm going to lean to the airport, but they are, man. I'm just going to lean to them. I'm not going to lock it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're hard to trust.
They are.
Yeah.
Cleveland. Well, no, North Carolina A&T is at Hampton. A&T's laying 4. I mean, I feel like maybe we should lock this up. No, I feel like A&T's a lot better than Hampton this year, but I'll take A&T laying the 4. Line smells a little bit. What are you doing here?
I'm going to take Hampton. I'm with you. I think the line stinks a little bit and they're at home, so I'll take the home team.
All right. Cleveland State's heading to IPFW Airport to take on the Mastodons. IPFW is laying 5.5. This game is pretty damn good, in my opinion. Give me the points. What are you doing?
I'm going to take the points here as well. These Horizon games are intriguing. This is another fun league to watch down the stretch.
They are. They certainly are. Syracuse is heading to Miami. Miami's laying 7. I'm going to lock up Miami minus 7. They're coming off the overtime loss to NC State. I still think Syracuse sucks ass. Give me Miami minus 7. What are you doing here?
It's crazy because Syracuse is 5-2 in the ACC. Oh, man. I'm going to take the Qs. And you know what? Let's have a lock battle. I'm on the Qs. Let's go.
There we go. There we go. It's been
Martin Luther King lock battle.
I think I got a 2-game lead, but we got the Syracuse Orangemen against the Miami Hurricanes. Let's go. I mean, I'm intrigued now. Now I definitely got to watch that one.
No
St.
doubt.
Francis, New York is at Long Island. St. Francis, New York's laying 3.5. Okay. I'm looking for locks. I could always fade Long Island. Give me St. Francis minus the 3.5. This isn't even a far trip for them. Let's go. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll lay the points, but I'm not gonna lock this up. I got a couple more.
Fairleigh Dickinson's heading to Stonehill. Stonehill's laying 2.
Oh, here we go.
Give me Stonehill. Give me Stonehill at home. What are you doing?
Stonehill gets this done outright. Let's go. Sprinkle some on the money line.
There we go. Elon is heading to UNC Wilmington. UNC Wilmington's laying 14.5. I mean, I guess I'll take the points, but I don't know. They just lost. This is kind of
lost 2 in a row.
I just don't feel comfortable laying gigantic numbers with. Give me Elon plus the 14.5. I don't love it. What are you doing?
Yeah, I will take Elon, but I don't love it either.
Yeah. Tough. Rice is heading to UTSA. The Riverwalk there. Rice is laying 6. Now, you can talk me into this one. I'm on the Owls minus 6. You can talk me into locking this. What are you doing?
UTSA is definitely the worst team in Conference USA, and Rice is, I mean, man, they've been a little bit inconsistent. I definitely think they're the better team. I'm going to lean to the Rice Owls, but I don't know if I can lock them on the road.
Wagner's heading to Merrimack. Are you not entertained? Merrimack's laying 2.5. Give me Wagner on the money line. What are you doing here?
I'm with you here. I'll take Wagner on the money line.
Lehigh is heading to Loyola, Maryland. Lehigh's laying 1. Right now, Lehigh's the best team in the nation. Should we lock up Lehigh?
No, because that means that they're going to lose.
Yeah. I will take Lehigh minus 1, though. What are you doing?
I'll take Loyola.
Princeton is heading to Penn. Princeton's laying 1 at Penn. I do think Princeton's the better team, and that is why I will lay the 1 with the Tigers. What are you doing here?
I will lay it as well. This is a good game, though. I'm looking forward to watching this one.
Yeah. Arkansas Pine Bluff's heading to Bethune-Cookman.
Here we go.
Oh, man. Both these teams have been a darling of mine as far as betting-wise. This is at the Moore Gymnasium. Just give us more of these matchups. Pine Bluff is going to win it outright as a dog, plus 105. I'm excited to watch this one, though. What are you doing here?
Yeah, Pine Bluff's our team. I'm with you. Let's ride Pine Bluff one more time.
Let's go.
Take the under.
Yeah. Cal Poly heads to UC Riverside. UC Riverside having a great season. Just had their first ever win at UC Santa Barbara. They were like 0-20, I feel like. Shout out to Riverside. 10-point dogs. They won on the money line. And really, they've been playing good ball, man. They won 3 in a row. They're 7 out of the last 10. Cal Poly's catching 8. Cal Poly's been a hard team for me to read. I ate shit on them the other night, but they've been good to me prior to that. I'm going to take Cal Poly plus 8 because the fact Riverside, 8.5 I'm seeing actually, because Riverside just won their first one in Santa Barbara in like 22 attempts. So give me a Cal Poly plus the 8.5. What are you doing here?
I'm definitely on Cal Poly here, and I'm actually going to lock this up. I think this is a game. Like you said, a little bit of a letdown angle for Riverside. Let's go. Cal Poly.
Take a ride in the Mustangs with Moneyline Mac and Cal Poly. Plus 8.5 in Riverside. UAB is heading to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I've been to this fine city. It's on CBS Sports Network. I believe Jelly Walker is available to play in this game, and that is why I will lock up UAB minus 2.5. What are you doing here?
I'm joining you. Let's go, UAB.
Let's go. Let's go. What do we have after that? Jackson State's heading to Texas Southern. Jackson State's catching 4. I mean, dude, should we lock this? Give me Jackson State +4. I feel decent about this one. You?
It's hard to lock these SWAC games, man. They're so unpredictable at times. But Texas Southern, I feel like it's a little bit inflated because of their reputation over the years. They've lost 5 in a row in the SWAC so far, compared to Jackson State under Mo Williams.
Yeah,
they're 3-1. Let's go, Jackson State. Lock it up.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. Love what they're doing with their program. Catch the 4. Catch the money line. Next up, we go to UC Santa Barbara at UC Irvine. This game is fucking fantastic. This game, dude, I should leave work and just go to this game. Wow. I'm very intrigued by this matchup. Irvine's won 5 in a row, but Santa Barbara's won 9 of 10. And this is a big time game here. Irvine's laying 2.5.
Less, baby.
Yeah, this is a damn good game, man. This is better than a lot of the shit out there in the sports wise that will get TVs or get eyes on TVs, I should say. Give me Irvine, but I think this is a game. What are you doing?
I like Irvine as well. What'd you say the number was now? 3.5, 4.5?
2.5.
2.5. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely like 2.5 here. I think Irvine's a better team. They'll get it done.
Alcorn State's at Prairie View. Prairie View's laying 3. Dude, I think we should consider locking Prairie View too. Do we have a SWAC parlay? I just feel like Prairie View is better than Alcorn State this year.
Alcorn State's awful. Let's go. Prairie View.
SWAC parlay, baby. Let's go. MLK Day SWAC parlay. What's not to like? Montana heads to Eastern Washington, Cheney, Washington, take on EW. EW's in first place right now in the Big Sky. Can the Guys cover the 4? I think not. Give me EW -4, and you could talk me into a lock here too. What are you doing here?
I'm going to take EW here.
Dude, why is the line so short?
I was wondering the same thing. Like you said, they're in first place in the Big Sky.
They've won 7 in a row. They're 6-0 at home. This is at Reese Court. Nobody walks into the Reese and gets a dub.
Yep.
I mean, all right.
I mean, what's Montana done on the road?
I'm locking up Eastern Washington. Let's go. What are you doing?
I will. I'm going to join you. Let's go, EW. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Cal State Bakersfield's heading to Cal State Fullerton, the Titans. Titans are laying 9. Give me this one. I have a hard time with Bakersfield on the road. Give me Fullerton -9. What are you doing here?
I'll take Fullerton here. Bakersfield, they've been awful so far this year.
Yeah. Montana State's heading to Moscow, Idaho. Montana State's laying 9. They've been killing it lately. I feel like it's hard to believe that they were in first place in the Big Sky, but Idaho's lost the magic. They've lost 6 in a row. This is at ICCU Arena. I'll lay the points with Montana State. You?
I'll lay it as well. The Bobcats are rolling, and like you said, the Vandals lost a little bit of their magic.
Cal State Northridge is playing at Hawaii.
It's a hard ticket to Hawaii. It's not paradise all the time.
I mean, 16 is a big number. Give me Northridge +16. What are you doing? I'm seeing 16.5 too.
That is a big number. I'll lay it, man. Northridge is awful. Long trip. Maybe Hawaii just wins going away by 20-25. Let's go. Paradise.
I mean, I could see you being right here, but I just can't. I just can't lay that many points in Paradise. You know
I'm
what
not
I mean?
betting it. No.
All right, to recap, my locks are Eastern Washington -4 against Montana. Prairie View -3 against Alcorn State. UAB -1.5 at Middle Tennessee. Jackson State +4 at Texas Southern. Didn't I have? What else did I have here? Miami -7.5 against Q's in Miami Gardens. I feel like I'm missing one. Minnesota +9 at Illinois. And what am I missing? UTEP +7.5 at Charlotte. And I believe. Oh no, I have one more. I have the Long Island game. Why am I not seeing that right now? Where the hell is that game? St. Francis -3.5 at Long Island. Let's go. Lock it up. Fire away with your locks, Moneyline Mac.
Yeah, I'm going to go to LaSalle to start off the day against St. Joe's. Lay the 1. They're going to get it done under Fran Dunphy. Sparty gets it done over the number 1 team in the country, the Purdue Boilermakers. Sprinkle some on the money line. I think they win the game outright. UTEP the Miners +7.5 at Charlotte. Our Brown Cocaine Bears +8.5 at Yale. I think that's a game too big a number. The Minnesota Gophers, baby, +9 at the Barn against the Fighting Illini. In our lock battle, I'm on the Q, so I'm on the zone. Jim Boeheim +7.5 against Miami. I'm going to go Cal Poly +8.5 at UC Riverside. UAB laying the points -2.5 at Middle Tennessee. And our SWAC parlay, baby, on Martin Luther King Day. Jackson State and Prairie View get it done for us.
I'm co-signing that parlay. Prairie View, Jackson State. Let's fucking go. Folks. I mean, shit, you could actually throw the third team in there too, right? Did we lock up a third team? No, we didn't. It was just those two.
Debated it.
Yeah, that was Pine Bluff. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
NC Nickel busts our balls for it.
Yeah. Folks, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. Remember, check out the College Football Experience. Just dropped a transfer portal episode over the weekend. You should check out. And check out the College Baseball Experience. Noah Beanick always doing great work there. And we come together as one on YouTube, youtube.com/the College Experience. Come watch. Don't just listen. Watch. Check out all of Ryan's work, the NFL Gambling Podcast, the Ryan and Rush Show. Listen to both of those. Yeah, come get the SGPN app. Please hop on over to iTunes. Give us a 5-star review. Let's go. All right. And yeah, come talk college hoops with us in the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Excited for the slate on a Monday. Let's go. Tuesday slate's fire too. So tomorrow night we'll be right back here. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Spit my darts, you get ripped apart. Save the cookie cutter butter for 106 apart. Cause of your liquor, will I sip your heart? You never dumb it down, dog. If you're smart, I throw out a couple of lines. Fighters are quick to cross. Fishy, you want a dick to lie. Piss you off, it goes. Tits and bras, lips and jaws. I use my common sense to see the bitch and all. Good thing you got the market corner. Kids and malls. Rip the red carpet as you slip and fall off. Another career spear. Thanks for trying to block. You get an A for effort and an F for shut the fuck up. Here's a hint. Put down the mic, you catch a glimpse. And keep them eyes wide when you see me. Mike's I sees them. So when you see him, you got a good reason to look. Catch a glimpse. A lot of these heads need to improve their improv. Talent's not a program you download to install. Quality spread through hard work, no involved. My peers respect me cause I'm genuinely involved. Beyond gathering names to build up my money list. You decide, friendships and power.